Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lima, Peru, and welcome again to my channel. My name is Vanessa Vasquez, and well, today we will be visiting virtually one of the top museums related to archaeology and pre-Hispanic history in this part of the world. The name of this museum is Tumbas Reales of Sipan, Royal Tombs of Sipan. And before we go to the video that I have recorded especially for you, and also to see this museum and visit also, the Lord of Sipán, I would like to, first of all, thank you for joining live. This is not the first link I created to do this event, but sadly, sometimes things happen. We had a blackout in the neighborhood for several minutes, and well, that other link is not working anymore. So I decided to restart this event from scratch, from the beginning, in this other one. And well, then also at the end of this event, there's going to be a replay available here on YouTube channel if you are not able to join while I am live. So thanks to my friends who are already joining here that probably are jumping from the other link that is broken now, is not working. Hola, Catherine. Hola, Marilu. Thanks for being today with me. The other one, had some issues. So as always, but that there's always a plan B. So the blackout, it has ended. Now we have again electricity. I really hope there will continue to be electricity until at least 1 hour to finish this event. So if you're here live with me, there is a chat activated, so you can ask me as many questions as you wish. Also, let me know if you're able to hear me or see me correctly. Also, while I'm doing this replay of this video, I took also to share with you all. You can also comment and ask me questions. If you're watching this as a recording, well, you are invited to join me on my live events. They are for free. They are open to anyone who wants to participate, anyone who is interested in pre-Hispanic history, and especially archaeology. So let's now begin with the event. So I have divided this event in two parts. There's going to be an introduction. First of all, I have images to share with you about the discovery of the Lord of Sipán. And the second part is the playing of the video of a visit I did to the museum, so you can also see how it looks like. We will not be seeing like every single detail in the museum. Is very big, and the idea is that you come and see it as well. In person. So this event by no means tries to sort of like replace the experience in the museum. So, but it's just to show you a bit of how it looks inside, and also create curiosity and bring you here to Peru and to Lambayeque in particular to see this collection. Okay, so now we will begin. If there is any internet problems at any time, I'm seeing your chat all the time, so that will be helpful if you can tell me if something is not working. Okay, so I will now begin sharing my screen. So please let me know if you can see the screen being shared. See, and especially the first image, which is the introduction, basically. So I think, again, there's no image. So, okay. Very good. So I hope you are able to see the first image. This is the introduction first to the museum. Okay, all good, Catherine? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, this is one of the greatest discoveries ever done in terms of archaeology, pre-Hispanic archaeology in Peru, usually compared to the discovery of Tutankhamun in Egypt, the Lord of Sipán, and also known as one of the richest tombs in the Americas, in the pre-Hispanic Americas. I am an official tour guide, by the way, in Lima, Peru. If you haven't seen all the videos of mine here or been able to join live, well, let me tell you a little bit about me. I've been doing virtual tours since 2020. The world pandemic started in that year. Many tour guides lost their jobs also around the world, and becoming a virtual tour guide helped me to see my country in a very different way, and also helped me to approach people from all over the world in a complete different way. We tour guides usually expect people to come to our countries and show them here in person places and sites and experiences. But well, nowadays, virtuality allows us to show you this history and the wealth of a country, but in this different format. So be welcome also to this channel. Well, Peru History Adventures with Vanessa Vasquez. And also, if you are coming to Lima, let me know. I might be able to show you the city and its museums also. So it will be a pleasure to have you. So before we go to the museum, I would like to tell you a bit about the culture, the society that created, well, this let's say this tomb, and also the society that was ruled by this important lord, this important monarch, the Lord of Sipán. So talking about Moche or Mochica is traveling back in time to the beginnings of Christian era. According to Peruvian archaeologist Luis Lumbreras, who created a very interesting, still used also periodization of the history of Peru in different eras. He positioned Moche or Mochica in the period called regional developments era, which started in the beginnings of Christian era, ended around the year 700 of our era. Some specialists believe that it even extended the presence of the Moche people until the 9th century, the 800s of our era. So we are definitely talking about a society that existed for no less than 700 years. Hola, Lilian. Hola, hola. Thanks for being here. So well, this incredible society, the Moche or Mochica culture, is known also as the first, let's say, state in the history of Peru. And this is a very important level, of course, in terms of like societies, like positioning Moche or Mochica as a state. It also means that this society was very well stratified, like the divisions, the social divisions also were very clear. And we had a magnanimous like monarch who had not just authority in the human world, also in the cosmic and religious world. Okay, so there was also another important classification done in the pre-Hispanic times, for the pre-Hispanic times, sorry, societies, by John Rowe. The John Rowe's, let's say, history chart, divides the history of Peru in horizons. No? So we have a initial or early horizon with the society Chavin, or we have an early intermediate, which is the period corresponding to Moche or Mochica. Then after we have the middle horizon, and that's the time when Wari Empire, the first empire of Peru, also emerged, a late intermediate, and then a final horizon, and that's the time also that coincides with the Inca. So these are the two most famous charts of the history of Peru before the conquest. Also, if you wish to learn more about Moche, I have in my channel already a recording ready for replay from a previous live talk I did about the Moche Society. So today we will be talking about basically the discovery of the Lord of Sipán, and we will be mentioning also some basics about the Moche. But if you are interested in learning more about Moche, the Moche period, I invite you to visit that video available already. Okay, so Peru, this is the political map of Peru, and again, I think you're not seeing the image. Okay, so again, we see also some problems here with the image. I don't know what's happening with YouTube. Sometimes I have some issues with YouTube. Um, I think we're back, right? So let me know if you're seeing the images also according to, in my end, you are seeing the image of Peru, divided in 24 departments. Okay, so in the circle, I don't know, like it looks like an ex-boyfriend YouTube with me. Comes back, goes away, comes back, goes away. A toxic ex-boyfriend. So well, so well, here you can see the section circle in light blue is where the Moche or Mochica society appear, emerge also, and it's a really really big territory, like mainly basically like located this society in the coast, in the desert coast of Peru. Peru's coast is mainly desert, and next to the desert we have the Andes, the mountains, and on the other side, the biggest territory is the rainforest, the Amazon rainforest. So the coastal desert of Peru is also influenced by the rivers that come from the Andes. We have 51 seasonal rivers that run from exactly north to south, from the northernmost limit of the country to the southernmost limit of the country in the department of Tacna. So 51 seasonal rivers activated in the rainy season in the Andes, which is at the end of the year. Oh, that's the rainy season. So during the time of the activation of the rivers flow with water, and also this water loaded with minerals from the Andes also spreads over in the coast, making the coast also very fertile. So you just need a little bit of water to turn the desert into green, into a green, let's say, Eden. So here you can see the section where the Moche society emerged, and the Moches are divided according to the specialists, to the archaeologists, into two groups. We have the Moches or Mochicas from the north, Mochicas del Norte, and we have the Mochicas of the south. The Mochica from the south has its own characteristics, the ones of the north also their own characteristics, and these people dominated the valleys. Okay, so in the desert, the most valuable, let's say, element is the water, of course. Also, you can see that, for example, in the Mochica of the north, we have lots of different valleys, formed, of course, by rivers that come from the Andes, and the Lord of Sipán emerged in the valley that is called Lambayeque Valley. Okay, so the Lambayeque River as well. Okay, so well, we can see also as something that makes very famous the Moche, the Mochica. When they were discovered also as an independent society, differentiated from the Incas, for example, the element that surprised the most the people, the experts. We're talking about the 1920s, the 1910s, 1920s, was the pottery. Oh, the pottery making, how good the representations in these potteries can be, how realistic. Oh, for example, this pottery piece in the center, and this realism in the face of this seems like an authority, no? This person has all the looks of a leader. We don't know who he was, but definitely by the way how the headdress, for example, is made, it represents indeed a very important, high rank person. Also, some of the potteries were not realistic, but represented, let's say, creatures that were seen as gods. Okay, so in the beginnings of the understanding of the process of understanding the Moche society, there was a lot of conflict, let's say, in the minds of archaeologists, because many of these archaeologists didn't know according to the potteries that were seen, what was real, what was not real, what was mythological, what was like events, what were events that happened. No? So also another thing that is very interesting related with the Moche society is, for example, the way how they work the gold, the silver, the level, let's say, of meticulousness in making, like, for example, nose rings. This is a nose ring, by the way. And a nose ring that is not made from just one metal, is made of two metals. And I think, again, I've lost the image. Okay. So, okay. This time you will not win, YouTube. So you see this idea of duality, right? So we have here this basically the center of the cosmovision of the Andean societies is the idea, is the fundament in the idea of the duality. Without duality, there's nothing. There's no prosperity. We need what's male, what's female. The female powers, the male powers, the sun, the moon, up and down, cold and warm, humid and dry, for our existence. And that's a fundament in still nowadays our beliefs and our traditions, especially in the Andes, in the jungle as well, and in the provinces along the coast of Peru that are a little bit more distant from, well, the globalization, and the Western influences. Okay, so that's another element related with the moches. No? So going back to the ceramic, and this is also important and relevant for the museum video I will be playing for you. Some potteries discovered in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, especially by the creator of Larco Museum, Rafael Larco Hoyle, one of the experts in moche studies. He, for example, was able to add to his collection this pottery piece that is not so big. It's actually just 30 centimeters high. And in it, you can see this ceremony, which in the next image also you can see it better, in which we have the representation of someone that looks like an authority, like a lord, like a leader, like a king, for example, like celebrating with this other group of important men and women also, and sharing also a cup. You can see that the authority, that the person that seems the supreme authority, is the person standing on the extreme left of the image, that has sort of like a half moon crown, a half moon shape of crown. So this person is receiving, seems to be, a cup from a authority. This time seems that is more like a priest, the owl priest, and there are other participants. But also another curious thing is what's happening below. We have a scene of sacrifice, the offering of basically like chosen ones, the defeated ones, probably naked men, completely naked, that are bleeding, and the blood is being collected in these plates that later on will be offered to this authority on this more higher platform, which could be also the top of a pyramid, the top of a building. So, well, when archaeologists were able to find scenes like this one, they had no idea if this happened or didn't happen. And what happens with the Moche people is that there were lots of potteries and ceramics and gold pieces that were ended up in museums, but were given to museums or to collectors by looters. Okay, meaning that well, the places of the source of these objects were all disrupted, were all destroyed, and sometimes we never ever even know where those places were. We just had all the products, and the products were sold. All these golden pieces, these fabrics. Mummies were very few because mummies were not usually something the looters worried in selling. They were more worried in selling what they thought was more priceless, which was gold, silver, jewelry, basically, and also potteries. What is very important about this lord is that he is the first governor that is discovered intact. Is the first royal tomb of the Moche culture ever seen, ever discovered intact without being touched. And now we go to the discoverer of this site, of this tomb, Peruvian archaeologists, among so many other, let's say, archaeologists who study these gray sites, like, for example, Hayden Bingham, that made famous Machu Picchu, for example, in 1911, or many other, Max Uli, for example, German archaeologists who studied different archaeological sites in Peru, for example, at the end of the 19th century. They were most of the times like foreigners. They were archaeologists interested in learning about Peru. In a time when not even Peruvians knew our own heritage. I think I lost again image. So please let me know if you can see me. I would love to know if you still can see me. I don't know if it's just something I am fixing here on my end, but maybe you're not seeing anything. So do you see the images I'm trying to play? Please let me know. Oh, good. Okay, Catherine, that's excellent. Sometimes when you see like the images disappear, is not because of me. Is the YouTube. I don't know why, but I'm always trying to bring the images back. Okay. Okay. Yes, we are back, Annette. We are back. The electricity is back. So I'm back. So gracias. Thanks for being here again. Well, we can see here the hero of our story, a Peruvian archaeologist, Walter Alba. So Walter Alba, born in Peru in the department of Cajamarca. This man is also the hero of the story in many ways, because also as a Peruvian and as a person who understood deeply the Peruvian culture, the necessities also of the people of the little towns, the ones that eventually also, due to necessity, because of necessity, they became looters. He also was able to, little by little, introduce also into this finding process, and also into this sort of like process of returning this treasure to the people, in the benefit of the locals also. He put the locals, the indigenous people of that location first, always. Okay, so Walter Alba discovered to the world the Lord of Sipán in the year 1987. Okay, so but he was not alone. He also like participated in basically let's say it was a big group of people who participated all together in the finding of this site, in the studying of this site, including another Peruvian archaeologist, Luis Chero, and also the wife of Mr. Walter Alba. Her name is Susana Meneses. I don't want to forget also the participation of such an important woman, archaeologist as well. She's not usually mentioned also, but I think it's important to remember that also female archaeologists participated in this investigation, this discovery. So many people compare the tomb of the Lord of Sipán with the tomb of Tutankhamun, discovered by Howard Carter, a British archaeologist, in the year 1922. I think the reason of the comparisons between these two tombs is, first of all, that they were one of the kind, in the sense that, well, the tomb of Tutankhamun was discovered intact, something that was not happening like before this discovery. And that's the same case with the Lord of Sipán here, because the Lord of Sipán was not open before. But we were very, very close, actually, at some point of losing completely this tomb to looters. I'll show you also a bit more about this. So to go in person to the tomb of Sipan, to the archaeological site where the Lord of Sipan was buried, if you are beginning, for example, your journey from Lima, you have to travel north to Peru. Northwards. And you have to travel to the department of Lambayeque. That trip by bus takes you about 12 hours. Also for, well, the archaeologists, let's say like 30, 40 years ago, that trip was even much more distant. The roads were not as in the state that nowadays they are. Also, you can go by plane. That's another alternative. So if you want to do it like the hard way, if you're coming to Peru and want to visit that site, you can take a bus from Lima to Lambayeque. Go to the city of Chiclayo first, 12 hours bus trip, and then also take another trip to the archaeological site Huaca Rajada, if you want to see the site where the Lord of Sipán was discovered. There is a site museum in the archaeological site, but the museum Tumbas Reales, where the body of the Lord is exhibit, and also all of the different, let's say, like potteries and golden pieces also discovered there. They are in a different location. They are in the main city, in the city of Chiclayo, in the museum Tumbas Reales. Okay, I see again. You're not seeing my image. Uh-huh. Okay. Very good. So the north of Peru is rich in archaeological sites. Well, this is a picture, an air picture of the site called Huaca Rajada. Huaca Rajada. Huaca means could be sacred place. We usually use the word also Huaca in Peruvian Spanish to refer to a, say, a pre-Hispanic temple, for example, Huaca. But in the original use of the word Huaca from the Quechuan Huaca, it meant like holy, sacred. Okay, so a Huaca could be a building, Huaca could be even a person, a chosen one. Okay, so this is the appearance of the site nowadays. It looks from the distance like a hill, like an odd hill. Okay, and the reason why it looks like a hill, but also, as you can see, very eroded, is because the site was built entirely in mud bricks. Okay, so this is the way how the archaeological site looked like. We believe it looked like pretty much like this, and also a comparison from the same angle of how it looks nowadays. So what you see there in the picture of the nowadays is the erosion of the site of the mud, and well, on top you can see also that these constructions made by the Moches were like pyramids. They were like pretty much like step pyramids at some point, and they were flat on the top, flat roofed. They use a lot of ramps also to go to the higher points, and those temples were only occupied, only used by the lords, by the leaders, by those authorities that also had, according to the beliefs of these people, connection with, let's say, the gods, okay, that even look like gods, okay. So sites, archaeological sites like this one, we have hundreds in the north coast of Peru, and most of them are not investigated. uh, and if they are, just a little percentage of the sites are investigated. So we have a lot of treasures, archaeological treasures in Peru. The problem is we don't have money. We don't have money to investigate. And if we have money, we don't invest it in what's important. So sites like Machu Picchu, for example, that's the most famous archaeological site we have in Peru. They also supply for the maintenance of other sites that are less popular. Okay, that's why so important Machu Picchu. Okay, so another recreation of this site, how it looked like also originally, and we can see people going to the centers that were used. Probably this is a recreation for the cold. And you can see also that there are like two big like pyramids. And there is a smaller one on the extreme on the left. Okay, so that side that is more like a mastaba is much lower, right? That is the zone where the Lord of Sipán was discovered. Okay, so what it means? It means that the studied section in Huaca Rajada, Rajada means broken, so you know it's because it's all in bad shape, right? Huaca Rajada. The section that is studied is the lower part, but the temples are not touched yet. And the reason is because, well, that territory, that land is dangerous. It is not in very good, like it's not stable, it's not in good condition. So archaeologists are not touching the pyramids. And we can imagine, oh my God, how many treasures there would be in that part. We just been able to access to the sections that are in the lower part. Okay, so I'm very happy you're enjoying it. Thank you, thank you. So it took millions of bricks to build temples like the ones you've seen. And also something very curious I found, and this you will see also again in the museum. This is a picture from the museum, that the bricks, the adobe bricks, they have different marks, different markings. And seems that because we didn't have currency in the pre-Hispanic times, a way to um, mark, for example, like if you were a family, this is the family Vasquez, for example, my family. So, and we have to, like a give to the, sorry, I think you lost the image. Let me go back to, uh-huh, okay. So if you had to tribute to the authority a certain amount of bricks, a way to make sure that you made sure that the authority receive the bricks, and marking that these bricks belong to your family, or that you were the ones, the family Vasquez was the one who donated or who offered, who tributed with these bricks. The family had a specific marking. So there are different marks. Sometimes there are dots like fingers, right? Hola, Manuel. Thanks for being here. Be welcome. So marking like, for example, lines. So, well, these were the forms how these family groups, we believe, make sure that, well, they marked all the bricks that belong to them. Okay. So, and well, you can see here how it looks in the exterior, the section that was studied. So, and it's still also in process of conservation and investigation. But the most important periods of investigation, and especially like I think that stabilization of the site as well, conservation and protection were in the seasons of the after the discovery, the 1987, 1988, 89. Okay, so well, but we definitely need to understand that the problem that this archaeological site faced is the same problem many archaeological sites still face until these days, which is the problem of the huaqueros or huaqueo. So the word huaqueo or huaquero comes from the word huaco. Huaco is pottery. And also huaca. Huaca means archaeological site, right? So basically the origin of the word huaquero or huaqueo is the one who steals the pieces, or the grave robber. right? And huaqueo, which is the action of stealing. They are also related with basically, well, the sites and the potteries, okay, in our Peruvian language. Peruvians speak Spanish, but we have a lot of Quechua words in our lexicon. No? So in Peru, huaquear, so stealing archaeological sites, steal potteries from archaeological sites, by the Penal Code of Peru. Uh, well, the Penal Code of Peru establishes 8 years maximum in prison, from 3 to 8 years maximum prison, for anyone who wants to take pottery. So you have to be very cautious. For example, if you are buying something that it looks like a nice pottery, if it's real, like if it's a real thing, you can get in trouble. So you have to also, if you're buying potteries and taking it home, you have to ask a receipt, for example, from the store, that ensures that that is an object you purchase at a store. It's a replica, okay? So, well, we actually have to talk about the reason how the site was discovered by the archaeologist Walter Alba. Because among so many hundreds of temples in Peru, especially in that territory, in the north coast of Peru, which is so rich in archaeological findings, like, well, Walter Alba didn't even was in the location, first of all, like where the Lord of Sipán was discovered. So how he gets the information? Well, we have to talk about huaqueros again. And in this particular situation, we have to talk about the brothers Bernal brothers, and also another group of people who were their associates, no, who dedicated to huaquear, no, to steal potteries and ceramics and anything that was of value from archaeological sites. They were from their location. And um, well, there are two versions of this story. The version that is, let's say, the most accepted, the most found also, is the one that says that Brothers Bernal made a lot of money from um, golden pieces taken from this archaeological site, ceramics also taken from this archaeological site, from stealing these tombs. They never found really the important chamber, but in the superficial level, they were able to find enough to steal and sell eventually to private collectors. Some inform says that they took no less than 10 sacks of pieces from this site. And they made so much money, they started also to drink, to gamble. So the police started to notice that these humble, like, in a way, also peasants or agricultures were having like way too much money. So that's how eventually is done let's say a tracing of what they were doing, like intelligence, let's say, work, and finally they were catch. No? So, well, this is how Walter Alba can be me. Please let me know if you can see me again. Hola, hola. I hope the internet is back. Oh, this event is making me jump from the chair as if we were having earthquakes. But it's because I'm trying to keep my cool for the event. Every time I lose the internet, no electricity. We buff for a minute. Oh, it must be because I was about to lose the internet connection again. I don't know what happens today. Please, Lord of Sipan, allows us to share your story. Give us your permission. Okay, so I hope you were able to catch this part, also this last part. I was saying that the other story, the other story, which is not very famous, not even accepted by most people. It says that, well, it's on defense basically of the Bernal brothers, and the family and some friends of them mentioned that they were not huaqueros, they were not tomb robbers. They were discovering, like they were doing an archaeologist's job. They were trying to find the tomb of the Lord of Sipán, and even some story says that the Lord of Sipán presented in a dream to Emile Bernal and indicated him that there he was, no? And that he wanted to be discovered. Okay, so well. This is one of the stories also that talk about, well, the discovery, and why they wanna, the family especially wants this story to be accepted, because they want their family to be recognized as the discoverers of the Lord of Sipán. Okay, but as you know already, the person that is recognized as the one who revealed the Lord of Sipan to the world, and who started it as well, was and is Walter Alba. Okay, so in the side you can see bones everywhere, bones spread everywhere also, that it could be also related with the many archaeological like tombs, pre-Hispanic tombs in the whole site, but also related with the looting. Okay, so in 1987, finally, Walter Alba begins, after the reports from the police, and also, well, you know that Huaqueros can ended up be going to jail. So well, probably the people who participated of these huaqueo sessions with the brothers Bernal, in total there were 10 people who were like working like in this site. They informed the police about the exact location from where they took the objects, and that's how finally Walter Alba comes here to this place. And he begins also with the removing of the layers of dirt, finding first a body of a person, probably like sacrifice for, let's say, for the tomb, and as always, like practices of human sacrifices in the Moche times and pre-Hispanic times are very, very common, were very common. Then a few centimeters below that level, he finds someone that looked like a soldier, okay? A soldier that had the feet chopped off. So the soldier had the feet removed in order to not allowing him to escape. Okay, so and many centimeters below, we're talking about like 2 down to 3 meters also below, he finds finally the chamber where the Lord of Sipan was resting. So the Lord of Sipan was buried with many people, in total 8 people. Okay, so you can see on the left hand side the picture of the actual tomb, how it was seen from the bottom also, and you can see on the other side the picture of, well, all of the different people accompanying the Lord of Sipan. And the Lord of Sipan was buried with, first of all, one, let's say, person that looked like a soldier, also, as I said before, the first one on the very top. Next, seated on one side, there was a vigia, a watcher also. I think I've lost you again. Let me go back to this. Okay. Then in the lower section, he was buried with 2 soldiers again, or people of high status on his sides. One of them also had a doggy, and on the head and the bottom, also on the feet, women. Okay, seems that on the bottom part there was a very important lady of a very high status, probably his wife, and on the head 2 young women that were probably sacrificed also to go to the afterlife with him. There was also a child seated in one corner. Mm. So, well, in total, there were 8 people with him going to the afterlife. So, what Walter Alba found really interesting is the fact that the moment he was able to see the face of the Lord of Sipán, he realized that he had a crown in like half moon, let's say, shape. And that was very interesting for him because this proved that the images in potteries that show these authorities that had these half moon shaped crowns, but that image was not like mythology. It is an image of an authority that existed. Hmm? So here you can see also the face of the Lord of Sipan, with multiple like decorative elements, including, of course, protections for the eyes, for the nose, for the mouth, and even for the ears, with these beautiful earrings, these three set of earrings that were displayed there. So why is interesting this? Because it feels like this Lord is being protected to the afterworld, and also the senses of this Lord are being replaced in a way, no, with these magical elements that are protecting these the senses, no? The mouth, the eye, the sight, no, the hearing, no, etc. So, but also you can see that this is a picture from the site. By the way, the other one is from the museum, and how well nowadays is displayed the Lord of Sipan. Look at for example, the chess. It's not it's not a plate. It's a sort of like a necklace. It's a very very big necklace with beads from spondylus shell, which are very, very tiny. So that is not the way how that beautiful decorative element was discovered. This is the way how it was discovered. Look at the amount of work that the archaeologists had to do to put back in place something like that had like thousands of beads, no? So and that were like very very tiny. Okay, so well, this is just to give you an idea the amount of work done also in this site. um, so also another element important is this necklace that shows the duality female male. For example, gold and silver. This is also the beautiful necklace, this decoration that also shows this element of the like rays of the sun coming out. Oh, and the element of the rays of the sun uh, is associated also with this authority, this supreme authority from the same pottery I showed you in the beginnings, that has also sort of like rays coming out. The resplendescent God is usually referred to as the resplendescent God, which is sort of like a solar entity. Mhm. So the Lord of Sipan was in such a bad condition. The bones were in such a delicate, fragile condition that to move the body, because the idea was not just to take in like the gold and the silver from this tomb, and maybe all the precious elements. It was also taken with all of those precious elements, the Lord and the people buried there with the highest solemnity and respect, and putting them all together in a place to be displayed, right? But the bones were in such a bad condition that it was necessary to use different kinds of resins to keep the body together, right? And moving it later to the museum, you will see in a moment. This is the crown that I mentioned, that it was believed being like a mythological element, that was worn by a god that never existed. But now we know that indeed this god existed. No, it was a king that was like a sort of like the son of the gods here, a supernatural like entity. So well, there you have the crown. Also, we see sandals made from silver that this person used. So it also indicates that probably this person never touched the soil, never touched the ground. He was carried everywhere, and wherever he went, he used sandals. No? And another element also of that shows the power of this authority is this staff, or this scepter that is also made from gold, and it has representations of this authority, sort of like sacrificing someone, or producing a form of human sacrifice also. And here we have another set of pictures. This is from the museum also. So remember that the bones of these circuits of the Lord of Sipán and also the Lord of Sipán are not those bones you see there. Again, you cannot see my screen. Oh no, let me try to. Like, it's not done by me. I don't know why it's happening. Let me know if you can see it now. Thank you for letting me know, Annette. So, well, we have here this, this amount of also potteries there. So over 1,000 potteries were discovered in the site. We're talking about hundreds of golden and silver pieces also in one same place. And this is finally what we're almost at the end of the first part of this event, showing you how we believe it was the tomb at the moment of the burial. Okay, so this is the tomb at the moment of the burial with the people, how they were positioned. The size also of the whole of the tomb is 5 meters for 5 meters. Did you try to refresh your screen? Oh yeah, Mari, do you see the image? I hope you can see it. Okay, so, and here another one, also of the Lord of Sipán. This is a recreation of all the circuit of the Lord of Sipán, to make, because this is a recreation with characters of real size, human real size. It is in the museum as well, and it was used, or they were used as models, people from the community from Sipan. By the way, the Lord of Sipan was a giant for his time. It probably was because he ate also very well. He had a better diet than the rest of people. And he was 1 meter 67 centimeters. I am 1 meter 61. So I am, in average, taller than most Peruvian women. Okay, nowadays. My mom is very, very little. So, and for men, let's say for nowadays men, the average is, Peruvian average is 1 meter 65 centimeters. So he would be taller than the average man in Peru. Imagine back then. Back then, men were very short, women as well. So he was a very, very tall man. Also very close to the tomb of the Lord of Sipán, at the same level also of the tomb. We know, by the way, there are other governors buried in that site, but this other burial, the person, also the recreation of the men in that other burial, was at the same level. So it's believed that, first of all, the Lord of Sipán existed around the year, like, let's say 250 more or less of our era. Okay, this other gentleman as well, and he was the priest, the high priest of this, probably of this time, the same time of the Lord of Sipán. And also, what is very curious, besides that he looks like quite happy and healthy, right? He has in his sort of like headdress the representation of an owl. owl. Do you remember that in the pottery of the scene of the sacrifice man, there was a priest that had a face of owl offering a cup to the resplendent god? Well, probably we are seeing that other participant, that other man, that other leader, the high priest, which is also related with, if he has elements like owl, he represents the night time. So he's the opposite. Okay. And also, below levels, meters below the tomb of the Lord of Sipán, was discovered later the tomb of the old Lord of Sipan. Okay, so this person ruled probably 100 years before the Lord of Sipan. He's another authority. Um, didn't have as much pomp as, oh, I see a loose again here. Huh? Okay, he didn't have the pomp, the amount of gold and potteries, and also people sacrifice as the Lord of Sipan. But what was very curious is that DNA test was done on both, finding out archaeologists later that they were related by blood. So the Lord of Sipan was a descendant of the old Lord of Sipan. So this also coincides with the idea that, well, the authority, the supreme authority was passed, let's say, to the descendants. Okay. So, well, finally, we know that, for example, the characters, some of the characters that participated in this scene, if not all of them, were actual characters who existed. No, the Lord of Sipan, the resplendent god. Also, we have the owl priest and the priestess of Cow, a female also that was discovered later in another location in the north coast of Peru, and she was a very important lady. She was a priestess also, and seems that she was represented also in this scene. The museum we're about to see, by the way, is the Royal Tombs of Sipan, and it was discovered in the year 2002. With the in the design, the influence of the pre-Hispanic tombs of the north, of course, with a little twist in some elements in the design, and also a functional museum that could become home of the site of the collection, but also seismic proven and well, ready to resist also the thousands of people who visit this museum daily. Okay, I have a question here. Annette says, a female priestess, was that common? Oh, very good question. I was thinking in creating an event just dedicated to the Lady of Cow. See, but it was not common, but it doesn't mean that women didn't reach high levels in the pre-Hispanic times. Maybe the only problem is that we were not able to look in the right places. So we know women occupy a very important role in the ancient times, especially for the Moche people. Okay, so the Lady of Cow. Mm-hmm. So well, this is me when I went to the museum, and now I will also go to the video, and I will just play it. Okay, I'll give you also my let's say commentaries with it. So let's go to this one here. Okay, please let me know if you are seeing the video. I will be putting a play right now. It has no volume because that day was very noisy also. So now we will continue. I hope that now, after, well, all of the preparation I gave you, you're ready also to understand also in detail this museum. So the size of the museum is about 3 blocks. It's a big museum. And that day, the day I went, also there were many kids. surprisingly, this video has several years. It was done back in 2022, and I never could use it until now. So I'm very happy. Well, finally, it's coming the moment. Okay. So first of all, the museum has a introduction room where you can see, for example, images of the gods and the deities the Moche believed in. And it has three levels. Okay, so the top level, to begin the museum excursion, you have to go up through a ramp that is a very, very long ramp, and you go to the top. In the top, what we do is learning about, of course, well, the introduction into the history, what I've done, okay, what I've done to you, with you today, presenting you the chronology. That's what we have in the first part. And also, because this is a museum planned to be visited mainly by children, children in the process of understanding the history of Peru, their own history most of the times, predominantly children, and then international travelers. Okay, so it's meant to be very didactic. Okay, so you can see lots of potteries from the finding from the site that were restored. This is the Moche or Mochica style, very realistic. Also, in the archaeological site, as in the rest of the archaeological sites of the Moche people, there are evidences of, besides the ceramics, of food, different types of food, like seeds, for example, corn, let's say beans, and we also begin with the gold. The owl. The owl is an element that is very important for the pre-Hispanic people, related also with the nighttime and related with the adivination. So this is like a general introduction in the first section, and now we go to see the temple. So I also presented you in the first part these recreations of the archaeological site of how it looked originally. Oh, sorry, I think that you're not seeing it again, are you? Oh no. Let's. Oh, okay. So please let me know. Were you seeing the image? I lost your screen just again. No, it's. I think it's also me. Kids love to make. Yes, exactly. And that's a museum that is not so big. So everything was very loud. So I will go back just a little bit. So maybe you can also catch up with the video if you haven't seen the last part. So once again, I hope we can finish this correctly as I planned it. We are catching back with the room of the introduction into Moche. As I was saying, well, we have different type of products, beans and corn and yucca and potatoes and different fruits that were also used back then, consumed back then, and still nowadays. Oh, gracias, Mary Lou. Thanks for letting me know everything was good on your end. Thank you, thank you. Sometimes I don't know if it's just me that I think that we are losing the connection. Okay, so and we continue, and well, now officially we get into the description of the site. So the archaeological site was made with millions of adobe bricks. You need millions of adobe bricks to complete something like this. 80 million, I hear last time, that were necessary bricks to finish. And well, these are the bricks that I also like share with you picture of them during the explanation. Also, different markings in those bricks were discovered. So you need about 24 to 25 generations to finish a temple like the one we've seen. Also, many generations committed and dedicated one after the other to complete this temple. The gods of the Moches were marine gods. They were gods that were mainly from the sea. And that also is related with the important current we have in Peru. That is, it gives us abundance in fish, the humble current. The potteries of the Moches were very like sort of like sculptorical, is how we refer to them, sculptorical potteries. They don't have that much color. They are three-dimensional, okay? And in them you can see different things. You can see, for example, the process of like giving birth in some of them. We have erotic potteries as well. We have potteries related with the say the dead, in which we see the ancestors. Sometimes even in actions that are surprising, we see ancestors copulating. No, so it's very interesting. The death was not the end. Okay, so as we keep going down after this top level, we begin from the top. And pretty much like how Walter Alba penetrated in the tomb. So the concept of this museum was taking you into the world of the Moche. I'm sorry. And well, the idea was feeling and experiencing, getting deeper and deeper into the site. So sorry, you can see here some pictures of the process of the opening of the tomb. Several meters, also down 3 meters, to be able to reach the bottom. In the bottom, for example, were discovered two llamas sacrificed. So the first creature sacrificed to the Lord of Sipán, for the Lord of Sipán, were llamas. And well, this tomb was never opened by looters. So just few meters below, like the first, let's say, evidences of this being a tomb of an important authority, like over 1,000 ceramics were discovered, and right below the tomb of a soldier. This is the soldier that was like a footless, no? So the feet were chopped off. And also this staff that was discovered very close to the soldier, indicating that this was the tomb of a very important authority. Also here, Walter Alba carrying this staff in his hands, understanding also that, well, this was an untouched tomb. And also the top of the staff looked like the top of a pyramid or a ceremonial room. So the staff recreated a room on the top. We see also, for example, that staff that looks like a clap, and ceramic pieces that were fragmented also. So they were glued back, fragmented by the time. Okay, so, and we can see also here, finally, the mummy. The mummy was discovered in the center. These are pictures from the moment of the discovery. Look at these earrings. This is the earrings of the Lord. These earrings are huge, and they were inserted in the earlobes that were stretching, not from one day to another. It took years, someone to have the ears stretching like this. Because look at the hand and look at the, the earrings. They are as big as the palm of the hand. Oh, sorry, I see that you've lost again the image. Okay, no vemos el video. Oh no, Manuel, no, not again. I don't know what's happening. I am not the favorite of YouTube. We have to do something about it. I would, just in case, I will put a little bit far back. Can see the screen. Yes. So can you see now the image? I'm not putting it play yet. So yes, I think I have to sacrifice someone. I have to sacrifice my husband, for this event, just for this event, and for you all, my dear friends. I need the knife. next time, for making sure, I will sacrifice my husband just for the good of this, website, the YouTube, and peace in the world. So, do you see now the video? I just put it a little bit back for you to see a bit if you were not able to catch with the last part. Okay, so good, very good. So we were in the earrings, no? So these huge earrings were very heavy also. And why the Lord needed so many earrings, or all of this jewelry inside? The tombs were sort of like portals into the afterworld. No? So you had to carry with you all the elements that symbolize your high status here. It was like saying, like if you had an ID, no, saying like, look at all what I'm carrying, no, this all of these elements show that I am a powerful person, powerful entity. Some of these earrings represent like birds, like that one, for example, that's a duck that symbolizes also prosperity, symbolizes, let's say, abundancy. The strombus shells and spondylus shells as well, symbolizing also, first of all, prosperity, abundancy, and probably the rain. So this is a deer. It represents the gray deer that exists in the north coast of Peru. Um, this society was very, very dependent on the ocean and the fishes also in the coast of Peru. And every time El Nino phenomenon took place, probably the fishes went away. So it was for them a catastrophic moment. So they were very dependent on the fishing. And when El Nino came, it also changed the climate permanently for a period of time. So here you can see these chest decorations that are very, very tiny bits of um, spondylus shell, which is a sacred shell. They were carved to like to be very, very little circles with a hole in it, like a very little, and they were all put together to make these beautiful designs. So you need lots of people working for a long period of time to have a tomb like this one ready. The Lord of Sipán died when he was approximately 40 years old. So, uh, unfortunately, the quality of the bones don't help to know why he died. But definitely, it took a time for the people of that location to create this amount of jewelry for the Lord. Um, so let me see. I see it stop here. Okay. Find your center, Vanessa. Find your center. Can see the video. Okay, I think we are back. Gracias, Marilu. So the duality, the idea of the duality there. This is the one of the most important objects we have in the exhibit, and we are getting closer and closer to the section where the Lord um, is resting. Okay, so and from the top, from this section, we can see already the recreation of the tomb of the Lord. So remember that this is not the place where the Lord was discovered. Not this place is adapted to recreate such site. So when a Lord dies, who takes his place? A male heir. Well, it's believed that, dear Annette, the potteries that show, for example, that this authority, with the crown, a half moon crown, also, like when this authority died, so had to be replaced with one exact type of authority, also male. Okay, but it doesn't mean women didn't like took an important role in the societies of that time. Like, for example, I will make a stop here. Okay, so just for a moment, because you will see also here the answering also your question, dear Annette. So you can see there the Lord of Sipan, presumably, which is the letter A character, is masculine, is a male. And we see on the other side, in the other extreme, a person or entity believed being nowadays the Lady of Kao, which is female. So we need also that idea of duality is very important. It's not like, for example, nowadays we are in this quest of, like having the chance of occupying similar roles, men and women. Okay, so putting aside the gender, let's say, idea of roles or works. But in the pre-Hispanic times, well, nothing more opposite to that, no? Because the world needed male and female, the opposites, they complement each other for existing. Without that concept, life was not possible, simply not possible. No? So that's why we see like there are roles, very important roles for male characters, and seems that these roles were not like nowadays. For example, we remember like Henry VIII, for example. He was a king, no, and then his next in line, which in his case was a woman. But anyways, the idea was that it would be a male, no, and by name, for example. Like in that time, seems that it was not like that. Like just one authority, that impersonated this authority that was the resplendent God, and when he died, he was replaced by another one that continued, like as if this authority never died in a way, no? So it will continue existing and existing. But this is a theory, of course. It's really impossible to know exactly what they were thinking, how they were seeing their authorities, because we don't have any evidences. But thank you so much for that question, Annette, also. So I will continue putting play. So as you see also, this video is really a collection of my takes inside the museum. And what hope is giving you a good idea of this site. But I told you, by no means I'm trying to replace a visit into this site. You have to come and see it. So this is the section where the priest, the sacerdote, the priest, do you remember the owl priest? So he's resting in here. He was also buried with women also by his size. And so far I remember also some type of soldier protector. Okay, so this is the owl priest. Huh? So also with this idea of opposites, but together, the resplendent God or authority and the God of the night, the owl God. And as you go like deeper and deeper, everything gets very dark, of course, and airy and mysterious. And we have like a great recreations of how many objects, for example, were discovered in each one of these tombs. There are several tombs also that were studied in the site, but the museum centers more in exhibiting the tombs of the Lord of Sipán and the higher ranked people of that location. So I see the video stop here. Patience, patience. Very good. And now we are getting closer to the actual bones and the body of the Lord of Sipan. Okay, so you'll see it in a moment. So the Lord of Sipan is not in good shape, as you know. No? So what you see here, for example, this is from the first level, or the lowest level. We can see recreations of the bones. These are the recreations of the bones. This is not the real we call it osamenta, the bones, the real bones of the Lord, because they were in really bad condition, as well as all the rest of the companions of this character. Also, Walter Alba had this vision, of a museum that will show you not just the beautiful treasures of the Lord of Sipan, as you can see, for example, those. Look at the beads, they are so tiny. Also the very Lord. And here you can see the Lord of Sipan, Oh, so look at how fragile his bones are. It was necessary to put a resin on the body, on the bones, to be able to transport the Lord here. Mhm. And of course, people when they come here, they are fascinated, by not just seeing the Lord, also seeing an ancestor. Many of the people from the location, from Chiclayo, from the Department of Lambayeque, they feel such a special connection with these men, because genetically also that part of Peru is less blend, less mixed with the Spanish, for example. No, so they are indeed the children of the Lord. Okay, so why were the llamas sacrificed? For food, for the afterlife, or transport the treasures? Very good question, actually, Annette. We don't know exactly, but for example, in the times of the Incas, because remember that we don't have any documents from the time of the Moches, no? We have speculations, but also we can make comparisons with the Incas, no? And the Incas offer to the gods also, the Incas and the Moches as well, like sometimes animals like llamas, alpacas, vicuñas, um, also as a propitiatory, let's say, offerings, no, for the gods. You never go empty-handed. Also, when you ask, when you solicit something, and llamas are very important. Were very important back then, and still are very important nowadays. Llamas were the burden animals of that time. They carry different products, but also from the llamas you can obtain leather, you can obtain wool, you can obtain meat to eat. In Peru, we still consume llama, and in Bolivia as well. Okay, so they were very, very important animals. Mhm. Um, so, and also a doggy was discovered. Also, there you can see also more of these objects. Like there are so many that at some point you say like, wow, one more golden piece. Oh, one more, one more crown, another crown. Oh, and well, this is what you get to see. And also, when you come to this museum, they are also offer guided tours, but local experts that are also descendants of the Moche. The tour guides there are, of course, descendants of the Moche people. They explain you details about each one of these pieces. You can come to this museum from Tuesdays to Sundays. The ticket is just 10 soles, my dear friends. 10 soles. So it's a little bit more than $3. Okay. And children pay just 1 sol with 50 cents. So it's almost, for free. But with the tickets, we support the museum. With the tickets also, we're able to support the investigation that continues in the site. Mhm. And please let me know if you are able to see still the video. That's me also at the end, also with the old Lord of Sipán. This is the old one, okay? El Viejo, oh, the old Lord of Sipan, the oldest ancestor of the Lord. Um, and well, indeed, well, the presence of these authorities, we can imagine them when they were alive, no? How magnanimous. They look not even human. And also, that's the reason why they had these huge crowns and these nose rings. I think we're going to play again the video. Okay. Okay, good. So this is the zone where the actual bones of the old Lord of Sipan are in display. Oh, so there you have. And also the spondylus shell, which is by the side of this Lord, showing us also the status of these men. The Lord of Sipan, as well as all of these Mochica authorities, they use the spondylus shells as a symbol also that connected them with the gods. The spondylus shell is known still nowadays as a sacred element, and was considered the food of the gods. Okay, and this shell grows in the water, of course, a mussel in warm currents of water in Ecuador, in Colombia. So it was probably trade during that time, in that period, for local products. So they were exchanged. And that's how that shell came over here. Probably appearing also in Peruvian territory in the north coast every time the Nino phenomenon happened. Every time the Nino phenomenon, which meant the warm currents of water from the north coming penetrating into the territory where the humble current, the cold current of water normally is. Okay. Also, we have also some fabrics. Unfortunately, the fabrics are not in the best shape because of the, of course, the filtration of water, humidity of the location. So we were not able to have until these days fabrics, no, in the best condition. So, but the gold, and the gold, the silver, is the element that I think attracts the most visitors. So well, and we are, of course, at the end of the visit, and at the end is a surprise. A Moche men are waiting for us, dressed up like the Lord of Sipán, and greeting all the visitors. And the children also that go to that side, and also something that I love about this museum, and also what Walter Alba did. Um, well, he could just like try to promote moving all the objects from, not just from the archaeological site out, or moving them to Lima, because well, Lima is the capital, more people live here, more tourism comes to this place, we have the international airport. But no, he promoted that the museum stay in the location, of course, in the bigger city, in Lambayeque, but close to the descendants of the Lord of Sipán. And he also felt this connection with the Lord of Sipán. He was given by the Lord of Sipán, well, the fame, international fame. He will be remembered always in our history books and in the future. And I think he wanted to give back something to the Lord of Sipán, which was like staying in the place where he ruled, and also being able to be admired, no, not just by the people from all over the world, also by his descendants, and also give back to the community, giving them the sense of pride also, and of course economical retribution as well for that location. So, well, it's one of my favorite stories also of discoveries in Peru, the Lord of Sipan. I really hope you enjoy this video, even though there were a lot of highs and downs, bumps on the way, but I never give up when I do videos and events like this one. So I hope you can also watch the replay. And well, thank you so much for your participation, for being with me for this over an hour also. So let me send you a big, big hug to all of you. Now we are more than 1,000 in my YouTube channel. That really means the world to me, because it's not very easy to do something dedicated to history, to culture. You can see in all social medias more attention to other type of topics, but doing something related with culture, history, archaeology is not easy. But thank you to all of you, each one of you, for being with me all the way. Okay, so gracias, and see you soon. Next week we have another one of these series of like visiting places with videos. We're going to Lima. We're going to the park of La Muralla, the park of the wall of Lima, to learn about the history of the walls of Lima. And at the end of this week, we finish with our series dedicated to Afro-Peruvian history, because June is the month dedicated in Peru to the African immigration, African culture in Peru. So, well, thank you, thank you. And so who's going to be the next person I will sacrifice for for my next event. Just, like, raise your hand, and well, just to make sure that the event will go smoothly, smooth until the end. So just let me know, please. Thank you. Best to you all, amigos. Gracias, gracias. And until the next time, see you very soon. Have a lovely week. Very good, positive week to all of you. Thank you, and bye. Ciao.